Here's a quick recap from part one. I did a lot of polishing, painting, and metalwork. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go take a look at it. It's pretty good stuff, and it'll tie into some of the things here in part two. Here's the start to part two. I wanted to get the gas tank out. It came with 20-year-old gas. That needs to get cleaned up, but the plan here is to get the interior gutted. I want to throw a carpet kit in, and the roll bar will need paint as well. I'm taking the sill plates off. I want to polish them, checked for rust underneath. Looks pretty good. I'll have the door panel repairs in part three. I just wanted to get them off, show them in the video. A lot of times people forget to take the chrome off and take the screws out. That's why you see all these corners have cracks in them. So those will be getting repaired here shortly. Kind of a weird transition from door panels to brakes, but I needed to get them done before the tires went on. I changed the front pads. I didn't bother changing the rear drum brake pads. They're in pretty good shape and got plenty of life left. I wanted to get some of this trim polished along with the mirrors. I prefer to use a rubbing compound with a wool pad. When it comes to this fake chrome, that's kind of the only thing I find that gives somewhat of a result, but they still turned out pretty good. Now it's time for the bumper. This one will be coming back off. I'm going to change it out in part three. I do have a new grill as well. This one's in pretty good shape, but I got an even better one. Again, here's another quick polish of the trim. It's a lot nicer to do it before you put it on the vehicle. Now it's time for the next step, which is I think the most important part, putting on emblems and badges. The paint on these emblems is essentially non-existent. I'm going to give them a quick paint job and put them on. The black paint on this tailgate was in pretty poor shape. My plan's to sand it off, prime it, paint it, and apply a wood grain sticker. I'm going to do that in part 3. It can be a pretty difficult process, and I'm going to leave this off while it's flat and stick it on there then. I do have the trim as well that will be going on. Now it's time for the back hatch. You'll notice it changed colors. The one that was originally on this top here was in pretty poor shape. I'm going to strip it, get the window out, do some sanding, cleaning, and paint it as well. If you've ever used a wire wheel before, I'll say a little prayer for you. I want to sandblast these though. I'm going to hit both sides and get them prepped for paint. Normally, yeah, I would suggest going the powder coating route, but I do want these to be paint matched. And I'm using a good PPG paint that I've used on lowboys, semis, you name it. And it's pretty durable and it's held up very well. Now it's time for the dog dishes here. I'm gonna add the paint back. It is an extremely tedious process, but I think it's 100% worth it. Well, that's it for part 2. Part 3 will mostly be interior and engine work and wiring. Probably get that nasty gas tank back in. So, hope to see you then.